That's in it, right?
Hey, yo. The Don't Get Tricked podcast, and it's your boy, Big Lee.
And you already know it's your girl, Drea.
This show by way of showie'spicks.com. How y'all doing?
Hey, it's Paris Lauren. How are you guys?
I'm good. How's everyone
Amazing.
doing out there? Well, welcome to the show, man. How's everyone doing?
Peachy?
Y'all look like y'all in a good mood. It's infectious. I'm feeling better.
Yes.
It is. It is, man. Well, anybody got anything good going on that's out there before we start diving into this, good old conversation?
So anything good?
Yeah, anything good?
Well, the ladies in good spirits. They got their hair done nice. I don't like your background.
Mother's Day is Sunday.
Yes. Mother's Day
Oh, it
is
is, ain't it? I
Sunday.
gotta save some money.
But Mother's Day should be every day. Mother's Day should be every day for us. I mean, we should be spoiled all the time.
Exactly.
Woo, Lee, let me borrow some money.
Man, but I gotta see what I'm getting my mother for Mother's Day. That's what it counts for, right?
I'm gonna start an argument with
her. Yeah. So we're about to dive into a couple of different things today. First, we want to get started on seeing who's out there living in sin, living together before they get married. I want to say technically I didn't do that, but there's different facets to it, because if she's sleeping over, does that count as living together? And I was married for 3 months before we really moved in together, because she worked in a different city and than I did, so it didn't make sense for her to drive back and forth. And then once she had the baby, that's when we moved in full time together. But
Don't act like you wasn't fornicating, like the baby wasn't already in there. Don't act like you're saying better.
Hey, but look.
Right.
I ain't even got nothing to come back on.
Yeah, you moving right along, mister.
Right.
We gonna go to Drea on this one.
Well, first of all, I'm not marrying anybody I'm not staying with first, because the true colors come out once you stay together. And you find out so much more about that person when you stand together, because they can always, clean up and get all neat and stuff when you come over. But if you need to see them how they are 24/7, like catch them on their bad days, all that. I need to see all that, because believe it or not, you find out a lot of things when you live with someone. So I'm gonna move in before marriage, okay?
Sounds good to me.
It doesn't sound good to me.
You see? There we go.
I mean, It doesn't sound good to me. And the reason why I say it doesn't sound good to me is because, like Lee said, you could stay the night and stuff like that, and I could test drive the vehicle. I don't have to necessarily live with you. If you clean up, your true colors are gonna come out eventually. But I just don't want to be shacking up with nobody before marriage. It's just like I'm going over your house and I'm sleeping. No, Once we come together and we're married, that means that we're under one roof. If we not living, we date and whatever, I don't want to live with you at all. That's your space. That's my space. Us living together, that means that you getting the goodies before, you getting all the benefits before you even cross that bridge. What makes me think you even gonna cross that bridge? You know what I mean? You can't get these benefits unless you put a ring on my finger and we getting married. I'm just not with the whole moving in, until, while we dating and all of this and all that. I don't need to know what's going on behind closed doors. What I need to know is if you treat me right, you take care of me, whatever. You do all that pre-marriage. Once we get married, we can live together and you're still going to be taking care of me.
Yeah, I'm going to start an argument today. I see where this is going.
Oh, no. I need to know what's going on before I marry you. Anybody I've ever dated, I stay with them, and that shows me how they are. So I don't care. Like, I need to know how you stay, how you live. Like, if we're planning on getting married anyways, well, me, first of all, we don't even have to get married. I'm still gonna stay with you. Like, you're gonna take care of me. We're gonna stay together, and that's just that. If I feel like it's
So,
gonna go somewhere,
so you don't think you like you're not married? You don't think sometimes like, bro, like I need my own space. Like, let me like, what do you do when you want to get away?
get
Uh,
away. What do
yeah,
you do when you in marriage? What do you do in marriage when you want to get away? Get away.
but
Go on a girls trip. Go
yeah,
do something. Go get away.
but look, when you married, most of the time you have to come back home. If y'all not married, you don't have to come back home. You know, that's the thing. But show you can give us your take on
Oh, I was letting y'all be wrong before I come be right.
it.
Actually, I don't think there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. Like, first of all, you can be married first, or you could move in. Me personally, well, that's just you're probably gonna move in with me before I marry you because I don't trust easy. So I need to know who I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis because before a girl move in, you don't know if a dude been coming to her house, what's been going on in her personal life, whatever. Now, once you move in, you leave your phone around. And I see you got 15 text messages coming in nonstop, and I need to know that side of you. I need to know if once you move in, your sex drive changed. I need to know if you dirty. Do you like to clean? Are you a cooker? Can you cook? Those are key things before I commit. So as far as getting the benefits, parents are saying, I need to know if I need to invest in those benefits first. I don't know if I want them. I don't know if I want anything past the benefits if you don't move in. So I like to do it like that because I want to know you personally on a day-to-day basis and without interruption. Like we can always fake for a short limited of time. Like if me and you was dating, I could come to your house and you could come to my house and I could be on good behavior for 2 hours, but you don't know how I am for 24 hours. And that's when I could have a whole nother life. I could be dating you and living with somebody else. Like you would never know until you fully move in. So I'm a big believer in living together is kind of marriage to me. So it's like if you got goals, and I can see women's point that you might not ever get married until the person moves in. You got to set your boundaries to get what you want. But I just don't see myself marrying somebody until they move in. You kind of like a friend until you move in.
So my question for that scenario is, what is the point of dating if you're just going to go to that point? Dating is getting to know that person, whether that person is going to leave toothpaste on the toilet seat or wherever. You date that person for an extended period of time. You don't necessarily have to live with that person to know how they are, because like I said, a person's true colors are always going to come out and you always going to see who they are. You date that person for a year, 2 years, whatever, you're going to see that whether you live together or not. And I like how you said there's no wrong way or there's no right way. But for my opinion, I'm just not going to be shacking up with a guy and him getting the wifely benefits and I'm not his wife.
You holding a man hostage with benefits. See what you're doing. You're gonna make the man give up his. Women are changing.
Well, I would say the younger Paris, that's something that I would have done, right? The more older, mature Paris, you kind of conduct yourself to the point where you treat people a certain way and you put boundaries up. My boundary is, listen, you come over my house, you go back home. We don't live together. If we live together, you paying all of these bills. If you don't want these big girl problems, you keep your own place.
You don't want to get in that conversation with me.
well, that goes back to the way you treat your man. Different people treat their man different ways, like how you were saying in a previous video that how you cater to your man, this and that. Well, I don't do that to my man. I don't do all the things you do. So he wouldn't get no benefits. The same way I am with him, dating him, is going to be the same way I am as wife. It's no upgrade. To me, it's no difference between, like I say, dating and marriage. It's just the difference is papers, like being legally on papers. It's no difference to me. The same way I act as your girlfriend is the same way I'm going to act as your wife. So
but I just think you got to give somebody something to look forward to, right? Why buy the cow if the milk is free? If I'm going to be the same person that you're dating and the same person when you get married, what's the point of marrying me when we could just be dating?
Well, why do they want to marry you? Because of the person you were when they were dating you. So why change anything up?
The flip side of that is, why would I give you a marriage and now you got nothing to work for? You might get the marriage and get lazy. You might move in and don't do nothing good no more. You like, I already got the ring.
Well, that's not necessarily the case, right? So some people are different. If I'm just somebody's girlfriend or whatever, I'm just not gonna give him the whole cow. He's got to earn that cow, and then he's gonna get the milk. I just can't.
Okay, but
the dating Paris is totally different from the married Paris.
Devil's advocate though, if you just moved in with me and we wasn't married, you're getting the whole package because I'm still gonna pay all the bills. I'm gonna do everything I'm gonna do married. I'm just getting married to make you feel better. But I'm doing the marital responsibilities whether we married or not. If you move in with me, I'm gonna do the same exact thing I've been doing. I gotta protect you, I gotta provide. Nothing changes.
I mean, when we're boyfriend and girlfriend, I just can't see myself giving you the cookies every night. I can't see myself making up your bed. That's your space, that's your house. But when we under one roof, you get whatever you want to because we're under one roof, we're married, whatever. It's just certain things you have to leave for a certain stage in your relationship. My dating husband isn't getting the same as my husband. It's just a difference because he wants something to look forward to. I can't give all of me while I'm dating and then he get bored when we marry. To me, that's how people step out and they cheat because it's like they become accustomed to, man, I know that my wife gonna cook. I know I'm gonna go home. She gonna have that bonnet on her head. I know. Come on, you got to change it up a little bit and give somebody something to want to come home to.
And so I've done it both. I lived with a woman for 6 years, and that didn't result into marriage. Then my wife now, we didn't live together, and that ended in marriage. What's the difference?
You like the second one better?
Look, maybe it's obvious we still together going on 3 years, but I think I prefer not living with the person until marriage over getting to me unless I'm married now, if I had to do it again, unless I'm only gonna do the living part because I don't need to play house. That was like some little kid stuff. Like no. Once we are really committed into this journey together, then we could get in and play house and stuff. Other than that, no, go do your career. My wife, she still would want to go live in separate houses now, but she enjoyed it, doing her own thing in terms of like her job. Like I said, it was different cities, and then we got married in September, and it was December by the time she moved in full time. And I prefer it that way. Living together, it was like I said, playing house, and you get comfortable in that role, and then sometimes it don't even lead to marriage. You just there, Oh, you go through the steps like, oh, well, we've been living together for 4 years. I think I should propose to her now, and people do that. And then it's like, oh, I think we should get married at some point. But like I proposed to the last one, but we never took the marriage part down. So I'm gonna go with the not living together before marriage.
I mean, keep it real though. When you, as a man, we got a short leash on. We know who we're married when we first shake your hand. Like we meet a girl and she's marriage material. If she just don't do nothing to mess it up, if she's not a hoe, if she's cool, if she's good people, you'll marry her anytime. You only date women that you were married. So it's like you didn't need to move in to know that you were married a girl. You knew you were married her. So if you meet Beyonce, you ain't gonna be like, you know what?
Look, but do you only date people you're gonna marry?
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
Really
Some
only
date for fun.
You talking to me?
Not everybody dates to get married.
Who, me? No, I'm not. Y'all use that word date kind of funny. Like date to me means we click on Tinder. Could you come to my house tonight at 3:00? I'm not really dating anybody. Like if I like you, I just like you. Like it's not like I don't go around on dates like buying dinner and hanging out. And I don't know about dating. Dating to me, I think that just means sleeping with a bunch of people. I don't really date.
I mean, but you said that you date somebody. If a man is dating a woman, he already know he's gonna marry her. A man dates a woman, or people date so that they can get to know each other to see if they want to take that next step, right? You're not necessarily gonna spend all your time. I'm dating her to get to know her. Not as soon as I see her and we start dating, we getting married. Nah.
I go straight. When I like a girl for real, that first night we go straight into it. Like You gotta dump your man tonight. We gotta dump your man on the first conversation.
So,
Oh Lord.
so let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. When you meet a young lady, she gotta give you her all on the first night, and if she not giving her all on the first night, it's off with her head.
In the words of Kevin Samuels, a high value man. Basically, when you're a man and you get a lot of women, you just bounce from women to woman to woman. You don't even look at them like that. But when you see somebody you like, it's instant. Like, I'm sure once Lee hung out with his girl, he knew he was treating her a certain different way than everybody else. Like, if I don't like you like that, I'm not really doing no phone convo with you. I'm not definitely going out to eat or doing none of that. I'm only doing that with somebody I think is girlfriend material.
I understand that part. I understand that.
So the moment I talk to you, I already know I'm trying to make you my girl. It's like, I just hope you don't mess that up.
I understand that part, but here's the caveat when it comes to women, right? A man is gonna know what category he wants to put a woman in, maybe off the first 3-4 months. He's gonna know if he want to just date her for some cookie, he want to date her just to waste time, he want to date her for marriage, whatever. But when a woman is going into dating someone, whether they shacking, whatever, we going in like, you know what, I really like him, you know what I'm saying? I really like him, I want to give him my all, and we get emotionally tied. So for women, I would suggest a step back and say, you know what, he gonna have to work hard for this cookie, because if I give him everything he got, then he may bounce tomorrow. You don't know what category a man is going to put you in or want to put you in, because he's going to treat you the same, whether he want to just have sex with you, whether he just want to date you, whatever. He's still going to treat you the same for those first 3 months.
Kind of not. I mean, with certain men, if you don't do what they like in the beginning, not have to be sex. But if it's like, when you got too many rules, if I feel like you living out a book and it's like, oh, I'm not going to do this today, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I don't like being played with. I don't got the patience. I just want human beings. Like, if we chilling and you want to do something, do something. If you just genuinely don't want to do something, that's cool. Let's not do nothing. But I don't want to wait 7 days and 3 hours because you got this time. Like, I ain't going to do this today. I'm going to wait till Wednesday. I don't do this Wednesday. I'm going to wait till December. I don't play like that. So, like, I'll lose interest.
I see what you're saying there. And that's a kind of pet peeve of mine too. Don't put a certain limit. Oh, I'm going to give him the cookie after 6 months. If you give him the cookie in 6 months or a day, he still know what category he's going to put you in. But when it comes to living together before marriage, I just feel like you shouldn't give somebody your all and then they kind of be like, you know what, I'm out of here. You gotta see where you're going with it.
Yeah, and hold on, hold on, Drea. First, we want to welcome everyone that's been tuning in to the Don't Get Tricked podcast. We're here with myself, Drea, Show, and Paris, and we definitely appreciate the comments coming in. Before we touch back, I just want to touch on some of the comments that people got out there, because we're doing this live, and it's best to have some of the interaction.
Nice to see y'all. Tell them how I'm killing them in the comments. If I'm killing them, put an S in the comment.
So we got Candy that said his opinion. Shacking together is first equal less likely to get married, which is kind of what I'm saying too.
Right.
Chaz want to know Paris. So
not true.
Nothing.
No.
Chaz, Drea, marriage is governmental. Just to let you know that. Schooling you on that one.
Yes.
Does someone know?
He was agreeing with me because I said marriage ain't nothing different.
Yeah, someone that Paris Lauren, how does someone know that there is a higher level?
Because you communicate and you tell that person, hey, this is where I'm going, right? You just communicate, but sometimes actions speak louder than words. You're going to know where a person wants to take it by how they're giving you their time, attention, and they're being accountable for what they say. So I think a person would know without even saying something when somebody is doing something extra out of the ordinary and making that relationship work.
Yeah, and then we got Victoria says, but what happens to growing together as you go through marriage? Things wouldn't be the same day in and day out anyway, right?
Right, Victoria.
Jane Stark says people that play house have been together longer. Fact or no?
Who knows? I mean, is this written in a book somewhere?
Yeah,
it sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm just against whatever Paris and Drea are saying today.
I'm sure.
Wait, I'm on
Drea on your side.
Oh yeah. I'm not used to Drea being on my side. We never on the same side. I'm sorry. You so smart today. You so smart. Your hair look marvelous.
you against me and Paris. Me and Paris agree.
Right.
Rosemarie says, I agree with Drea. Living together before marriage just allows you to get to know each other on a different level. Star,
Right.
any major changes when y'all officially move in as a couple?
Any major changes when you official? Yes. I mean, my man could tap on my shoulder and I'll roll over. Baby, you heard me. I'm here to serve you. So yeah.
I'm
For
still
me,
not doing that. I'm
Give her that
still not
ring, y'all.
doing that in marriage.
I'm marrying the next person I see.
Bucci say, just go back to where it shows on my why else would you date them?
right.
Well, most men is dating to get the cookie, to be honest. That's what the dating has come from. And then marriage, isn't, I don't think, is not my, in my foresight of when I start dating someone. I'm not
You confusing dating with talking to a woman. Like if you're giving a woman your time, like once you explain what you're doing, if a woman asks me like, what you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm only going here, or I'll be back, or I'll call. If I explain myself, we together. We kind of together. We working on something. Other than that, I'm not answering nothing.
Woo.
Allegedly, not me. Just I know people like that.
Not only that, yeah, just because you're talking to somebody don't mean you're dating that person.
Right. Right. So here's the
Or
Dating
thing.
means
having
we
sex.
working
Or
on
just because
something.
you're having sex with somebody don't mean you're dating that person.
So how does a person tell whether, hey, this person is dating me and they're just using me for a place to live or not?
Consistency.
I mean,
Like
you can consistently lie to that person too.
you
Right?
can tell when you're married.
If you're not dating me, I don't care what you're doing or who you doing it with. Like that's just me. I just want your sex or whatever I want from you, your money or whatever. That don't mean we're dating. We're just talking or messing around. Now, when we put a title on it, then that means you have to answer to me. And I feel
I
like
mean,
dating and marriage is the same thing.
dating and marriage is the same thing.
Yes.
I
No.
definitely don't feel dating and marriage is dating. Like,
Well, once you're living together, you're not dating. We together
yeah,
now.
well, when you're living together, I think you're in a
Being in a
committed
relationship
relationship.
and yes, committed relationship and married is the same thing. That's what I feel like.
Like I've dated women that I didn't sleep with. Like I'll go on dates with them. That's what I consider dating. Is
Was you
that
No,
trying to go
that's not.
somewhere
No,
besides the bedroom with
that's
them?
a fling.
that's
That's just
that's
sleeping with them
dating.
or being with them, talking to them. That's
That's
talking to
dating.
them.
That's
When I
dating.
say I'm dating,
We're not.
that's
That's
being
not
in
a
a relationship.
relationship. That's just something
Dating and
like.
relationship in my books is the same thing.
Right. I think there's levels, right? Talking, dating, committed relationship, marriage, right? There's different levels to it based upon where you want. I'm not shacking up with nobody I'm talking to. I'm not shacking up with nobody I'm dating. If I'm in a committed relationship, that means that we're making ways towards living together. And when we're married, we're legally bound by a piece of paper. Either or situation you could still walk out of. People walk out of marriages because they don't want to be there. People stay in marriages because they have assets together, children together, where they're less likely to walk away. But when you're in the other three phases, somebody could just say, listen, I'm taking my sugar honey iced tea and I'm out. Anybody that I've created or poured in or got history with, I wouldn't want them to get up and walk away out of my life. So therefore, I wouldn't want to pour my all into them until we get married. So for me, my own opinion, I'm not going to be shacking up at an adult stage with any man or any woman.
What about kids? I feel like kids is
So
more.
Paris, question.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I got a question for Paris. So when you say shacking up, do that mean just staying with them or having sex with them? So you're not gonna have sex before marriage?
Oh yeah, I could do my thing. I could have sex before marriage. When I say shacking up, this man's not gonna be living in my
So
house.
what's the difference? Shacking up?
Shacking up, he got his
So
toothbrush,
what's
he
the
got his
difference
boxers,
between
he
having
got his
sex?
socks at my house. I wouldn't be able to take all of that. You know what I mean? What if somebody else wants to come to my house? Or what if, what if my dad come? I don't want my dad seeing your boxers and stuff. No. If I'm going with somebody, we talking, we just sleeping, doing our thing, then that's cool. I could get up, take my stuff, and I could go. You get what I'm saying? But if I'm shacking up with somebody, I'm leaving bra and panties over there. What if they want to see somebody else? Then they hiding my stuff and all. No, you ain't got to do all that. We can
Paris
just
acting like a real man. You just want a nigga out of there.
I want them out.
I agree. I want women out too.
I'm just saying. I just don't want
Don't
no
leave nothing
ties
at my
to
house. Get out.
anybody I'm shacking with. I just want Shaq.
Yeah,
If
and
I'm in a relationship with somebody,
if I'm not, like, I prefer to not living together. Like I said, now I did the whole, like I said, the whole house thing, and yeah, you can make it work. I've seen people make it work, and they are making it work, you know. But
Yeah, to
from
each their own.
my personal experience, you know, living together once we got married, I feel it's a lot better. I don't need to know you if I see you different, you know, when I get together. That's why they got annulments and they got divorce attorneys now.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. The fact that y'all saying that, what's the point then? If you can just get out of it when you want, I feel like a kid is more. If you can walk away from somebody you got a kid with and leave a house, then you can walk away from a marriage. I feel like I'm gonna put more into keeping my family together with a kid than just me and a woman.
But it's a covenant, right? It's like an oath that you're taking to be faithful through thick or thin. You know what I mean? It's like your word is your bond type of thing.
We cut off.
You got love.
Can y'all hear me?
I
It's
hear you now.
more
We can't-
marriage.
we
It
can.
seems like marriage to people is just a piece of paper now, when it's just more than a piece of paper. It's a covenant. It's an oath that you make to protect that person, to love them through thick or thin. When you shacking with somebody, you ain't gotta love them through thick or thin. That person gets sick tomorrow. You be like, listen, little shorty, I ain't take care of you. You gotta go tell your mama to get you.
If you're a man of your words, you do. I'm gonna keep the same oath, whether the paper or me and you. I'm not gonna leave somebody I love because we ain't got a paper.
That's you though, but everybody is different. It's scenario by scenario. So it's more so you just don't know. You have to that piece of paper or that oath that you take is saying, you know what? I know your word is bond because you signed this piece of paper. I mean, that person don't have to take care of you, but then at that point you say, you know what? I invested in you, this, that, and next, and I'm walking away. I'm getting alimony. I'm getting this. I'm getting pain and suffering. I mean, if you dating somebody, you shacking, and that person step out on you, dog you out, what benefit you got? Oh, they done took my bank account. They done took all of this and all that. I'm just not with it.
Oh, so you're talking about for business purposes. Like, if in that case, then I guess it's a better business deal for you. You're right.
It's a business, right?
Yeah, you know, marriage. They always say marriage is a bad contract. So
I wouldn't say a bad contract if you marry the right person.
yeah,
you got to negotiate it right, just like any other contract. You got like when she get out, she get nothing. No, I'm just playing.
yeah. Look, my contract is good right now, but I'm judging off of this guy that I work with, and you know, he's been paying alimony for 20 years. Like,
exactly.
that was a bad contract he went into, and he
didn't marry the person that he was supposed to be with. Because if you marry somebody that you're supposed to be with, life is easy, right? That marriage is supposed to be making you feel better. It's supposed to benefit you. You could tell when you marry the wrong person, and at that point, you evaluate your situation and be like, "But I'm just not shacking." Before that, I don't want to make no mistake. While we already got that covenant, I believe in the Most High. I just can't be doing that, playing with stuff in vain like that.
No, I'm not against it. If you believe in it for marriage and belief purposes, it should be what it's supposed to be. I'm just saying that people break it either way.
Absolutely.
But you're not supposed to. So I agree with you. If you're gonna do it right, then do it. Don't get married and still play around with it.
Me either. I ain't playing with nobody's heart like that. I mean, I might play with it before the marriage, but while we married, I'm all yours.
I'm just scared the Lord gonna strike me down. I don't want to play with him like
that. So I like how he mentioned kids, right? So what if you you know, you have kids with that person, then you trying to stick it out. But let's talk about let's talk about having kids or dating somebody with kids.
Yeah. Then now, hold on. Let's bring Drea back into this.
Okay.
Drea, welcome back.
Drea got so fired up.
No, everybody said they calling my phone saying they don't see it, so I was trying to send them to it.
It's all good. So, hey, so now Paris asked about dating someone, getting into a relationship with someone with kids. That's another thing I experienced. And I was always, at first, I was one of those that like, nah, I ain't gonna be with nobody that got kids. I wanted to be with somebody where our kid was our first kid. It wasn't a believer. Now I have two daughters from a relationship that I'm not even in no more. And some people might look at me as like, some people look at it like, oh, that's such a good man. Others might be like, yo, I don't know how you could do that because, like I said, I was with those kids when they were 2 and 3 years old, and now they're about to be 15 and 16. So when I couldn't, after 6 years, I didn't feel right walking out their life because me and their mom didn't work out. So I wanted to show them a man that can be, consistent in their life and not having, if her mom went date someone else or she didn't get into a relationship. So at least they had me because I felt like I helped raise them from when they were, little babies. Then I was like, once I did that, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that again. I can't be having, taking on other responsibilities. Then I got with my wife and we had our son together, and that was her first kid together. That was her first kid. So I'm not opposed to it, but I can see if somebody don't want to be with it because, and I actually think it's kind of rough because I know somebody, who had 5 kids and then their man left them, and then I'm thinking like that's got to be, it's rough for a female.
Yeah.
To like they got 5 kids because majority of the time the female got the custody.
Mm-hmm.
And the double standards that we get as men is like, yeah, I could go do my thing, but the mom is at home with these 5 kids, and then what man is, some man gonna accept it, but it's harder, I think the selection pool is harder to find too. I don't know what y'all think on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get canceled. I got terrible truth takes on this, but y'all want me to go or y'all want to go first?
I'll
go. Y'all can curse me out and give y'all better ammunition. Well, I feel like men and women, not to speak for women, but I feel like, and for my opinion, women are better equipped to deal with that situation than men are. I don't think it's a good deal for me personally. Other men probably. I never even looked at a girl like kind of seriously. Like I might like them, but I couldn't see myself like marrying them or nothing like that.
Wow.
If they have a kid already. And the reason is because most men, well, me, a high value man. I just feel like I'm just playing, but it's like I'm kind of a tyrant about my situation as far as I like it to be a certain way. I want to be the only man of influence in your life. That's the first thing. And I feel like I've seen women cry over baby daddies too much. Like a guy can just do something upset them. And I don't want to walk in the house on a petty note and see my girl crying over another man. I'll be like, hey, what's wrong with you? Oh, he said, I don't want no other man controlling your emotions like that. So I don't want you soul tied to another guy like that because I could be doing everything right and then your mood is off or another guy's making you cry. Or it puts me in weird situations too. Because like, let's say y'all arguing, a dude call you the B word. And I don't want to really get in your family situation, but a dude just called my woman the B word.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do I do about that? I just let him call you a B because y'all got a kid and mind my business because y'all gonna have to talk to each other anyway. I don't want to go do nothing to this kid's father. I don't want to do nothing to your baby daddy. So it's like, I don't want to deal with that. Also, I know that there's usually one guy in the girl's life that's hard to get over. And whether she say it or not, unless she's really in love or just completely hate him now, she accidentally sleeps with him every once in a while. Even if she don't sleep with him, like a baby daddy, I feel like you can touch your baby mama's butt. She's not going to call the cops on you. Like, no, hear me out. Let's say you go see your kid, right? Let's say you go see your kid. Let's say you go see your baby daddy, you picking the kid up. If he walks by you and was like, damn, that thing look good, and give you a little pat on the ass, okay, but you're not going to kill him or send him to jail. All you going to do is say, don't touch me, but he still touched your butt. I just don't like too much interaction between my woman and another man, too much flirting. And all baby daddies going to try their baby mom and flirt with them. Oh, you look nice today. Y'all might get in a little good groove, send a little text here and there. You might get a little jealous when you got a new girl. I'm just stay out of that situation. It's too messy for me. I'm good.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't want access. Go ahead.
First of all, I ain't on your side this time, okay?
Excuse me?
I'm not on your side this time, okay?
Baby daddies be touching that butt. I don't care what y'all say.
No. First of all, speaking for myself, if my baby daddy would try me and disrespect me by touching me any type of way, I'm gonna punch him dead in his. Okay.
What about the first year?
The first year, the second year, the third year, any year. The first month. Okay. That's first of all. Second of all, I'm a little different because my child's father is not in her life. Here and there he'll call, but I don't have to worry about seeing him, and he don't got to worry about seeing his child. That's the first thing. But if it was, oh, he coming to see his child or whatever, first of all, when I did schedule visits for him to see his child, I was gonna be with my man. So of course he's not gonna disrespect you in front of another man or your man. He knows it's something. He knows any man knows common sense unless they just think your man straight pussy. He ain't finna
A
disrespect
lot
you
of
in
men
front of
do.
your
A lot
man.
of men do think that.
Yeah.
Well, that's on your man must be pussy or whatever. But anywho, anywho, yeah, I totally disagree with that, and I feel like a child shouldn't dictate whether you date a person or not. My husband tell me all the time if he would never date someone that has three or more kids. What does having kids have to do with anything? First of all, they could have messed up with
Hey,
their previous baby father. They could have messed up. It's plenty of situations that happen where she slipped up and got pregnant from this man. Okay, and just because she got pregnant from this deadbeat man, don't mean that she's not capable to love someone else without turning back to her baby dad. Because in some situations, it's not even that deep. Where she was never even in love with her baby dad. Okay, so it's not. Oh, she's gonna be crying over the baby dad. None of that. I don't feel like that should dictate whether another man should love her any like because she
so
got
so we
kids.
so we questioning her decision making on getting pregnant by that
But,
man.
but but that's over with. Okay, it's people live and they learn. They young, make dumb mistakes, and they grow up. Period.
Yeah,
Y'all
but
make mistakes. Y'all make mistakes too, and y'all have kids too. And okay, so
hey,
what? We ain't supposed to make
don't say y'all when you
men,
section.
men.
when you
Okay,
no, but
men.
it's I like I said, I did it even after I did the relationship with my ex with two, and I got both daughters still in my life. I got into a fling or relationship with somebody that ended up with that had four kids, and I ended up caring about them, but it didn't work out. But because you also got to look at it. Let's say if a person gets into a relationship with three kids, they might be done want to have kids, and that I was a single person. So now I can't continue. Now I got to make a choice. Do I continue to be with this person who I enjoy spending my time? I probably love because I wasn't in, but then they like, well, I don't want to have no more kids. But now I don't have no kids. Then you say you're forcing me to just love your kids as my own, or what? I got to make that decision myself now too. But then I'm in a pickle because I'm like, dang, I got to leave somebody I really care for over that decision.
It's all about
Agreed.
what responsibility each individual man willing to take on. I know I'm not good with it because I'm an egomaniac.
I'm
And
a,
so it's like I don't want to put myself in certain situations. Like I wouldn't date a whore. Like some people date sluts and they be like, it don't matter her past. I don't like putting myself in situations. So I'm gonna just avoid it altogether. But if you're mature enough and you can handle it and you're good with that, and you like the woman, that shouldn't get in the way. But if you don't want to take care of three kids, that's understandable too. Maybe you don't want to
Right.
jump your first, you don't want to just jump in and have three kids that you didn't earn. Some
Right.
people don't. You
Right.
can't be mad about somebody either way. But if you can handle that responsibility and you want to go through that for that person, I'm not dogging that person. I don't think no less of them. Me, I'm not
Right.
going to do it. That's just not my
I
thing.
mean, I agree with you. I think it's a maturity thing and a thing that should be respected about a person that gets in a relationship with someone who already has children, because that's admirable of them, because they're taking on a responsibility. Even if that father takes care of that child, or even if that mother takes care of that child, they still have to be there every day in that child's life and pick up the emotional slack or financial slack. So it takes a responsible and a respectful person to do that. But I, for myself, I wouldn't date a man that has children, and I would make that known up front. If I
What kind of
was
woman are
in,
you?
I'm a super
Nah.
woman, bionic. So I wouldn't date a man with children because I know that I like attention, and I want all his attention to go to me. And even though I have children, I would want his attention to go to my children as well. And if he's gonna be in my life and we're in a committed relationship, first of all, we dating and stuff, he's not even gonna see my kids. But if we like in a committed relationship and we taking this thing to the next level, then cool. But he can't come to the table because for me, it makes me feel a certain way when another woman could call up and ask my man for money, because I don't know if that money is going towards the kids or not. I don't know what she's doing. Women, to me, like to manipulate and play mind games and use children against men. And I don't have time for it, because in a certain level in your life, you just want to live stress-free. And to me, when it comes to children and sometimes baby mothers, that's just it's just a whole arena within itself, because they do spiteful stuff to the man. You know, they can pull his triggers, they could take him for child support, even though I just don't want the rigmarole in my life. So
a lot of man ways.
For me, a man can't have no kids. And the first thing he says to me, oh, you know, I got a baby on the way, or I got 2 kids, I got half a kid. The word kid comes out of his mouth, I'm ghost.
That's why we wouldn't tell you until you was in love.
Nah, I wouldn't be in love, because I could see straight through him. And to me, a man is going to test his buttons, just like you said. A baby daddy going to smack your butt. See if a baby father, even if he's committed to me, he gonna go over that baby mama house, and you know what I'm saying, she's sitting there with the robe on, you know, take care of these kids. And men are visual creatures.
Oh, bring it on, baby mama.
Come here, girl. Let me kiss you. I ain't got no time for that. So he can't have no kids for me, because I
walk out
need
of
it
there.
all.
Like, don't disrespect my woman.
Hey,
See, well, I can't.
So
I can't.
y'all saying the similar stuff, right, Show? Because
except for what I was saying, that Paris wasn't agreeing, but when she flipped it on her baby daddy, she didn't want him over her baby mama's house, and she agreed with it.
Well, no. Paris said
Don't think I ain't noticed that.
No, Paris said that men should date women with kids, but she won't date men with kids, which
I know,
I
but she
don't agree with, because I can't expect a man to be able to date me with kids, and then, but you got kids, I ain't gonna date you. No, I feel like it should go the same way, both ways. So I'm not gonna agree with neither one of you guys.
Paris is unapologetically selfish, and I like that about her.
I mean, I am. I'm very selfish, and I'm very much I need stuff to myself, but that's something that I make known up front. It's not something that I'm trying to hide, or I try to manipulate people. I want what I want.
Yeah, it's my wife even told me if I had like kids on my own. Paris, we can't hear you again.
We can't hear you.
No, we still can't hear you.
Usually, if somebody just called you, it'll mess up your volume.
All right, but she'll click back in. So, like I was saying, my wife was like, "Hey, if you had like kids, even having the 2 kids, you know, that I took custody of, even with them, she was hesitant to, you know, really accept me for it, because at first it was, you know, that's part we got into it, because she like, oh, you in those kids' life to, you know, get back with the mom or son or mother and this and that. And she was like, if I had, you know, kids that were biologically mine, she definitely wouldn't have dealt with me and stuff. But I'm like, nah, if I wanted to get back with the mother, I wouldn't even be here with you, is what I'm trying to say. And that's what people, you know, will get. You don't need kids to get back with the mom.
Or kids don't make people stay together. Kids don't make a relationship last. Kids don't, you know, they don't make you love somebody, you know, more. That's my thing. Like, some people think, oh, you know, I'm gonna be with him, I'm gonna date him, and I'm gonna get pregnant by him, or I'm gonna get her pregnant so she can be with me. Having a child by someone doesn't make someone love you more, love you less. You know, they're gonna love you regardless. But having a child with someone, or being with someone that makes kids, it puts more on your plate. And for me in life, I don't want more on my plate. I'm trying to take off my plate. You get what I'm saying? So I just wouldn't be with anybody with kids. I'm very, very much selfish, and I admit it.
Mute her mic. I don't like her disrespect to the male race.
Don't mute my mic.
She gonna date these men with kids. Men got kids out here.
I
Listen, men was meant to have multiple kids. That's why we can get people pregnant while y'all pregnant. We can just keep on getting people pregnant. Y'all got to sit down for 9 months.
Well, what does a man with 5 or 6 kids got to offer me though?
A 6 kid.
6 kids.
So
no, I'm just playing.
Okay, so
Six kids.
I'm not dating someone with all those kids now.
So
Why?
you
What
hold on. Drea just said that her husband wouldn't do 3, but she limited.
But she got a number to 5.
Yeah,
Oh, 3, he's out of his damn mind. The 5,
Right.
he ain't gonna do it, huh?
6 kids.
What if he had a triplet?
6 kids.
What if he had
Too
triplets
much.
and twins? He only
3
really messed up
kids.
twice.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll mess up twice, but
Especially imagine this: 5, 6 kids with 5, 6 baby mamas. That's 5, 6
Right.
other female you got to
Why
deal
lying
with.
anyway? Because women still date Future and Chris Brown and them. Y'all don't care if they had 20 kids. As long as you got the money to take care of it and you look good.
But
need
to
to
me,
date
that
them
shows
to
a
take
sign
his
of being
money.
irresponsible. That shows
It
a sign
is.
of being irresponsible because in life you want to get ahead. Not saying that children are a burden or anything. I love children. I have children myself. But if I'm having multiple kids and I know that I'm only making X amount of dollars, then somebody got to go without, right? So it's a point of responsibility, maturity, and how are you ever going to get ahead in your life? And for me, I'm not trying to look up at 50 and be like, dang, I've been taking care of these damn kids all my life. I got to pay for college. I don't want all that stress.
so let me get down to Paris. So if you get divorced right now, the man should accept your children, but he can't. If he got 3, he can't bring it in and be a blended family.
No, I don't want a blended family at
You don't
all.
want them. You
Damn,
don't
that's so ruthless and it's so true. Me neither. Get them
I
kids
don't
the hell out of
want.
here.
I
You and them kids get
I
the
don't
hell
want
out
a
of here.
blended family. No, if I got divorced and there was a man that was into me, he had children, I wouldn't be able to date him. No, I'm trying to travel the world. I'm trying to do stuff with my life. I'm just not there where I could have obligations or somebody else's responsibilities holding me back. No,
Kids under 2 travel free.
that's on them.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna like if I really like somebody, a man, he has a couple of kids. I don't mind bringing them in. Like my ex, like I said, when I was dating him, he had kids. I treated them as if they were my kids, and that was before I had kids. So at the end of the day, I love kids, and if I really love that man, I'm gonna take his kids in.
Hold
I'm
on.
not.
Did you do a Leroy? Are they still your kids today?
No, no,
Leroy,
no.
one of y'all a good man and one of y'all.
Although I wouldn't mind still, like you make sure they're okay, but their parents don't like me, so
When the last time you spoke to them kids?
Hey,
I don't speak to their daddy. Why would I speak to them?
You ain't with the daddy no more, but you was their mama.
So Paris, let me ask you this: what if you older, more in your 50s, all their kids is grown up? Is that you can start doing it because it's only you and him at that point?
What you mean, like me?
Like you could be with a man that has kids, like he in his 50s, you in your 50s. As y'all get older, but like I said, the kids is 20s and stuff. All y'all kids is grown. I'm saying, whereas you live by yourself, or he lived by himself, but you still that's just still
because a man in his 50s could still have kids and all that stuff, and he could be sleeping with somebody younger. I just no kids, and if he's in his 50s and I'm getting with him, he got to have a vasectomy or something. No. He got to be neutered.
What the
He got to be
what?
neutered.
No, I think she's
what do you want to prank you? You want to knock you up?
Paris, I think Lee is saying, what if they're grown? What if they're grown? They on their own. They by themselves, and it's just you and their dad, their man. Will you accept them?
No, because at 50 and the kids are grown, they still gonna be called, Daddy, can you pay my rent or my car note? Daddy, my man. No.
You just want to make sure all the money stay with you. You married? The finances,
I should
the
be
traveling.
the only person calling you daddy. No.
Don't try to trick us with seduction. Don't try to make it sound
I should
sexy.
be the only one calling you daddy.
No, you want to be the only one calling for money.
I mean, I don't want my coins going to nobody kid or paying for college funds. None of that. No, I wouldn't. At 50,
He might make
60,
enough to do
70.
both. It might not affect you in no way. See, that's why you can't tell women where your money going. They even if they're good and you taking care of them, they just like, hold on, you still spending what? How does this affect you?
It's definitely gonna affect me.
No, he wasn't getting his college fund anyway.
I wasn't, but if he ain't got no kids, I'm getting his college fund. My college fund.
You heard Mike, Leroy.
Don't mute my mic.
We about to get in the fight today.
Oh man. Well, like I said, we're gonna wrap it up. That was a great conversation.
Oh yeah.
Definitely appreciate everyone that tuned in today for this. And we're gonna give everybody, a chance to say their final piece and their final goodbyes. And like I said, I appreciate having Paris, having you back on the show.
Yes.
Seeing you a lot more. Having Drea, of course, the co-host show, always great. So and we're gonna start with Paris, give your final thoughts.
Yes.
Wait, Lee, before we do that, I think you should read the rest of the comments so everybody don't think we ignoring them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's go back up. Because and like I said, we appreciate everyone that tuned in. Great interaction. And we love it. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to Don't Get Tricked podcast.
I was doing good until y'all started agreeing with Paris down there. I seen those comments.
Let's see, where did we leave off on?
Because Paris is sugar honey iced tea.
They just like
so we got Paris. Chad says it's not always about the cookie to all men. Some of us aren't impressed by the cookie.
I've yet to meet one. Go ahead.
They're out there.
I'm not impressed.
So the Paris got a question for you: is how do you hold back and still communicate to your partner that there is a higher level?
I mean, easy. Just tell them, like, listen, this is what I have planned for us for the future. You don't necessarily got to give them your all and just say, this is who I am and this is what I have planned. Just communicate. Open your mouth.
We got Victoria. If you're going to withhold parts of yourself until you get married, isn't that putting conditions on love?
Mm-mm. I don't think so. Because I think there's different phases of love, right? You could love somebody and you could be in love with somebody and you can love them unconditionally. So I think there's just like there's phases of relationships, there's different phases of love. I could say I love you to a stranger. That don't necessarily mean I'm in love with a stranger. So I don't think that, withholding information is putting a condition on love. I just think that there's levels to love, just like there's levels to relationships.
She's just basically saying you're only hitting it once a week until you're married, then it can go up to 20.
Chaz agrees with Drea.
That's right, Chaz.
Stark says, when you take a person to see Mom Dukes, are we dating in a relationship or a chance we are getting married?
Ooh, great question.
So what y'all think?
I guess it all depends on how much you value your mom. You can just be saying my mom to be in the neighborhood.
If your mom's one of the old school mamas that, I'm saying, you better not bring no girl up in here, or you better not bring no man in here unless it depends on that relationship that you have with your mother, because your mom could be cool just like your friend, you know what I'm saying? And she meet everybody and they just cool, right? So
everybody see his mom.
And act like you're the only one. Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Right. No, dog was in here yesterday.
Like, as long as you don't got the mama, like, another one?
Right, and you could tell them old school mamas versus them new school mamas that's like, hey, baby. Or, you know what, looking at you crazy like, I ain't seen her around no man. You could tell. Mama's right.
Yeah, my mama hated on you a little bit after like third or fourth woman. She probably be like, girl, man, get out of here. She ain't trying to keep playing.
Yeah.
She hate on you a little bit if she in a bad mood.
Bucci says, good points, Paris.
Woo!
That must have been like one way back, like an hour ago. She made like one good point like an hour ago.
Dinner.
Rosemarie, if we are in love, we are in love, period. We don't have to get married to prove love.
Right.
And
you got a point.
Antoine was telling Bucci don't be agreeing with the ops.
The ops?
I ain't gonna say what it was.
Opponent? Like, I don't know what ops means, but
the opposite side. The
enemy.
Oh, an enemy, a rival.
The enemy. Oh, okay.
63rd and 64th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then Bucci said, hey, truth is the truth though, King.
He right. That's my man. Give me some dap.
That's because she said something about the covenant. He into the church stuff. So when she said the covenant and all of that, he had to agree with it. It's cool. He liked her background. She had nice pillows.
Paris Lauren, Chad says, that's how America wants you to think. They enforce your relationship. I will never get married again. It's not real. I can't put my relationship within the confines of man's law.
Ooh, preach king, but somebody must
Preach.
have did him dirty.
Victoria says, if you playing with their hearts before marriage, how do you know they trust you?
Get her.
Great question. How do you know that question was pertaining to me, Show? Come on now, that could have been a you
Yeah,
question.
that's it. That's
Hold on,
anybody.
playing with their heart before marriage. I would never do such a. This is going back to you because you don't give your all and you play with men until they put a ring on your finger. You ration out the goodies. You don't cook. You won't even make their bed up. And then you promise them that once you marry me, all of this will get right. Get it, Victoria. Hurting them men out here for marriage.
Harrogate the fire. Shanta, I have a stepson and I raised him as my own. I don't have a problem with his mom because I demanded my respect from the beginning, and my husband made sure that respect was given to me.
That's right, bro.
That's right.
He was double double.
Shanta also says that part, she sounds so selfish.
Oh, that had to be her.
I am.
You could have been talking to Drea.
Ownership.
Right?
You might be talking about Drea. Go ahead.
Hyper said, fuck that, vasectomy. Peace.
Oh, he talking to you.
Right.
You got to mess up our insides to mess with Paris.
Hey, and then the last comment we got, Chad says, I've been smacking ex-girlfriend asses since junior high, Drea.
That's what I'm saying. Your hands hurt. I would never do it, but I understand the man.
I'll be knocking his ass out.
Right.
Unless that ex like it. Now, if you like it, if you that ex that's trying to get back with that ex,
you just didn't like that particular ex. Most people like their ex, and they appreciate a good ass slapping every now and then.
That ain't true.
If I left you, it was a reason I left you.
Right.
But if the man left you, that's when the girl let a man slap their ass.
I never had a man leave me, so I can't answer that question. I do the
You heard Mike
but I
Leroy.
get tired.
Anybody got the fire?
You mute her like.
So now y'all.
Oh man. So like I said, hey, I appreciate all the feedback we got. This was a great conversation with some great people. I love the energy that we gave off, and like I said, we're gonna start with Paris to wrap this up, and then we'll go Paris, Show, Drea, and myself.
Absolutely. So I want to wrap up by saying, as long as you come into relationships, whatever type of relationship, friendship, whatever, just being yourself. And that person, if they don't accept you, they don't accept you. Just move on. Whether you got kids, whether you don't got kids, whether you want to date, whatever. Just don't try to confine to no one else because of what they want. Be yourself. And if they don't like you, it's more fish in the sea. And I know that for myself, I'm very much selfish in most ways. And I think if more people were selfish with their self and their time, attention, and stuff like that, then we wouldn't deal with so much emotional hurt and pain. So I really had a good time, rocking out with the podcast. Look forward to seeing you guys more. And thank you for having me.
Oh, it's going to me.
Thank you for
you, Joe.
I want to say, oh Lord, Mike look a little suspect. Hey, Lee did a good job moderating the day. I like how you passed it around, took a step back, stepped in when you had to. Drea, you did your thing as usual. You was really good when you was agreeing with me. Paris, I really appreciated you today. Leroy told me we was going to clash, so I was looking forward to it. And everybody did a great job. And basically, my final message is do whatever works for you. Even though we have our strong opinions on certain things, and I might look at you funny. Every man can handle and woman handles things differently. They can take different stuff. So do what's true to yourself, and you can't go wrong there. So basically, everybody did a good job, and I appreciate you.
Most definitely.
Hello, my peoples. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for interacting. We're definitely getting somewhere with this podcast. Great conversations. I just want y'all to tune in each and every week. Keep we'll be letting you guys know whenever we go live or whatever. So keep on tuning in. And I just want to say thank you. And everybody does everything different in their relationships. What worked for me may not work for you, or work for you don't work for me. So as long as we happy, we together, that's all that matters.
Spam those comments. Let them know I killed them today.
Hey, and like I said, this was a great conversation. We appreciate everyone that tuned in. We appreciate the people that's going to be tuning in, new subscribers, old subscribers. We enjoy doing this. We do this out of our hearts. This is our opinions. This is our experiences. And even though most of the time I'm right, I let the people come in and give their opinions too. And also, like I said, if y'all got any comments or any future topics y'all want us to touch on, be sure to hit our email. Make sure y'all, like I said, subscribe to our YouTube and like and share the comments. And like I said, once again, thanks Paris, thanks Drea, thanks Show. And with that, don't get tricked. We out. Peace.
Bye.